Once upon a time, in a small village in the middle of the green fields of Africa, there was a girl named Mika. Mika was a famous high school student in school because of her gentleness, dynamism, and liveliness. She always participated in extracurricular activities and was loved by many friends. Every time the school had an event or program, Mika was always the pioneer, creating a happy and cohesive atmosphere among everyone. Among her schoolmates, there was a boy named Naon. Naon was tall, handsome, and the ideal model of many girls in school. Seeing Mika's enthusiasm and positive energy, Naon gradually noticed her and tried to approach her. At first, it was just short conversations. Then gradually, they became closer. The two gradually developed feelings and fell in love without realizing it. Their love was beautiful, but Naon had a small wish. He liked Mika plumper because he thought she would be cuter that way. To please her lover, Mika started eating more every day. She often ate late at night, enjoying fast food that she rarely touched before. After a long period of uncontrolled eating, Mika gained weight rapidly, and her body became overweight. When she entered 12th grade, Mika was no longer the agile, lively girl she used to be. Instead, her body became heavy, with curves that were no longer neat and toned. Mika's face, which was originally slim and radiant, now became round, her cheeks puffed out, and her chin showed signs of showing 2 layers. Her neck became shorter, and the line between her neck and shoulders was almost no longer clear. Her shoulders became broader, with layers of fat accumulating on her arms, making them look big and heavy. However, her uncontrolled eating habits gradually became a problem. Mika's weight increased rapidly, and after only a few months she became an obese woman. Her friends, who used to love her, now often mocked and ridiculed her about her appearance. Even Mika's parents began to worry, advising her to lose weight to protect her health. Mika tried but failed. She thought that Naon still loved her as much as before, so she didn't pay too much attention to the advice. As time passed, Naon began to distance himself. His previous affection for Mika faded. He began to notice other, more beautiful girls, and eventually, Naon betrayed Mika, openly declaring his feelings for someone else, right in front of her. That day, Mika painfully realized the truth and proposed to break up with Naon. Instead of showing remorse, Naon mocked and ridiculed her in front of the whole school, causing Mika to collapse. She locked herself in her room for days, crying and blaming herself. It was then that Mika realized that her overweight body had faced many difficulties in her daily life. Mika's every step became heavier and slower. Short distances that used to take only a few minutes to walk now became a big challenge for her. She felt out of breath quickly when climbing stairs or trying to keep up with her friend's pace. Every time she tried to exercise, even just walking fast or running a little, Mika felt her heart beat faster and had difficulty breathing. The mocking looks and sarcastic words from people around her, even from old friends, irked Mika deeply. She felt lost, no longer the center of conversation and fun like before. In activities that she used to enjoy, such as dancing, playing sports, or simply hanging out with friends, Mika could only watch from afar because she knew she no longer had the energy to participate as before. The feeling of abandonment and loneliness grew heavier as Mika realized that she was no longer the person her friends often sought out. Dates and outings now rarely included. Mika felt forgotten and invisible to those around her. But then one day, Mika looked at herself in the mirror and decided to change. She could no longer let others control her life. With determination, Mika began a difficult journey to lose weight and change herself. Every day, she worked hard to exercise and persevered with a healthy diet. She overcame all the pain, fatigue, and ridicule to find herself again. Mika started by completely eliminating fast food and high-calorie foods from her diet. She focused on eating healthier with fresh foods like vegetables, fruits, lean meats, and nuts. Mika established a strict workout schedule that included both cardio and weight training. Every morning, she started her day with a jog or a brisk walk around her neighborhood. In the afternoon, Mika went to the gym to do exercises that burned fat and built muscle, such as weightlifting, planks, squats, and lunges. Mika also took yoga and Pilates classes to increase her flexibility and relax her mind. This helped her stay motivated and feel like she wasn't alone in her journey. She also follows positive influencers on social media, learns from their experiences, and gets inspired by other people's success stories. After months of persistent training and maintaining a healthy diet, Mika finally achieved her goal. Her body gradually became slimmer and toned, just like the image she had before. However, Mika's change did not stop at her appearance. Her soul was also much stronger and more mature after the events. When Mika returned to school after a long break, people almost did not recognize her. She walked into the schoolyard with a confidence and radiance that she had never had before. Mika's face was no longer round, but instead had delicate and charming lines. Mika's clothes also changed. She chose clothes that fit well and accentuated her body. Elegant dresses and fashionable clothes combined with a natural demeanor made Mika the center of attention. No longer the girl who was despised and criticized, Mika now shined like a star, attracting all attention and admiration. Naan, who had betrayed Mika, could not hide his surprise and regret when he saw her. He could not believe his eyes when he saw how much Mika had changed. Mika's confidence, strength, and radiant beauty made Naan feel deeply regretful for what he had done. He tried to approach Mika, trying to apologize and wanting to get back together with her. However, Mika was no longer the vulnerable and dependent girl she used to be. She politely but coldly rejected all of Naan's efforts. Mika realized that she deserved better, and she didn't need to go back to the person who had hurt her. For her, Naan was now just a part of the past that she had overcome. Mika's story is not only a journey of losing weight and changing her appearance, but also a journey of self-discovery. She realized that true strength comes from within, from perseverance, determination, and belief in yourself. Mika has not only changed herself, but also become a symbol of strength, courage, and perseverance. After all, Mika participates in many social activities, helps people in difficulty, and she continues to pursue her dreams and passion, becoming an inspiration for many others. She not only regained her beautiful figure, but also found peace and happiness in life, without depending on the recognition of others. Mika, this is not only the end of a journey, but also a new beginning full of promise.